Welcome into Chatting Practice, powered by Zoom Events. I'm Sierra Santos, coming to you from our Zoom room at MLB Network. And today we are going to be chatting with newly elected Hall of Famer Billy Wagner, and some lucky fans are going to get a chance to ask him a question live on the air. Okay, one thing before we get to our first fan. How does it feel to hear someone introduce you as Hall of Famer Billy Wagner?
Unusual. 10 years in waiting. I don't know. I don't even know how to respond to it yet. It's not sunk in quite yet.
But it's cool, no? It's got to be cool.
Without a doubt. My kids at home have already asked me to wear this in games. So I don't know how that's going to work, but I'm sure it'll catch on.
I think we already have a fan that is waiting and dying to ask you a question. So if we can bring in our first fan. Hi, what is your name and what question do you have for Billy?
Hey, what's going on? Name's Ramon, and first of all, congratulations on your election to the Hall of Fame. Totally deserving. My question is basically, seems to be kind of like a double standard of getting these great relievers in your generation into the Hall of Fame. Who are some other guys you played with that were just as good and really deserving of this honor that you feel are not getting the shine?
Well, great question. Great question. I love speaking for relievers. So any good closer always has great setup men. Frankie Rodriguez is probably one of the best that's not getting a lot of attention. But Johnny Franco was, he was my mentor. I love Johnny. There'll never be anybody like Johnny. But guys that were really good that were closers was one of my close friends, Brad Lidge. So. They were really good. There's a lot of guys. There was a lot of guys that were really good.
You could probably go on and on. Huh?
I could. I just don't want to tell. I got Flash Gordon in my head right now. So he was closing in Chicago a few times. So yeah, there's a lot of good. Even Dan Plesac.
I'm sure. Do not gas him up. Do not gas up DJ Dan more than he's already been gassed up, okay? Pump the brakes. But really good question. Thanks for coming on. Okay, so you get the call, but I'm sure the phone just went crazy, right? Everyone's calling you. Everyone's texting you. But what was the coolest call you received after you learned you were going into the Hall?
Besides the first call I got was from Johnny Bench, and so I'm looking at my wife going, that's Johnny Bench. I don't even know how. And then of course then Nolan Ryan calls me and introduces himself again to me as Nolan Ryan, and so, the whole experience has been crazy because Raleigh Fingers, you get texts from Raleigh, you get. Jim Palmer, guys that guys that you've watched and been in awe of. Now you're getting phone calls and texts. So, yeah, it's been a whirlwind to see that text. My phone's just blowing up, and you're sitting there going, "Oh my gosh, these are who's of who's." So, it's been pretty special.
How many unread text messages do you have in your phone right now?
None. None. I read them all. I don't always get to them right away, but I'm constantly. I'm going to bed early, getting up early, and just trying to fill them out as much as possible. Even the emails.
That's amazing. Good for you. That's really awesome. Good for you. Our next fan is ready to go. What is your name? Hi there. And what question do you have for Billy?
Hi, my name is Danny Gong. Billy, I want to say congratulations on getting inducted to the Hall of Fame.
Thank you.
Well deserved, and it should have been a lot earlier.
Thank you.
My question is, now that you're going into the Hall of Fame, what jersey will you be wearing?
Well, I'm going to go in, and that's a great question. All the teams were fantastic. I enjoyed them all, but, the Astros were where I first came in. I definitely vested in the Astros with my kids being born there. So, it meant a lot to us and our family. It was I have probably some of the greatest experiences, and Bagwell and Biggio being two of my greatest teammates. It's just an honor to be in there with them. So, following their lead, I definitely would go in as an Astro.
Okay. Congratulations again.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming on. Thanks for asking a question.
Thank you.
Somebody else sent me a DM on Instagram when I posted that we were doing this chatting practice, and they asked that same question. So it is a burning one out there.
Well, it should be. I mean, all the teams I've enjoyed, but I mean, I think it was an easy give that I was going to go in as an Astro just because of the history and, the guys that were so close to me throughout my career.
You were up in Cooperstown yesterday. You've had this whirlwind kind of stretch of time, but you were there for the Hall of Fame press conference. What was the first plaque, though, that you, when you got there, that you wanted to see up close and personal?
It's funny, I didn't really get to focus in on one. They led us through, and so you didn't really get a chance to sit. But, I mean, when you're walking by and you're seeing Willie Stargell and you start to see all these guys that I pay attention to the Hall of Fame watching the ceremonies and the plaques. But when you're going through and all of a sudden you start to see some of these names that you'd watched, it's pretty amazing. But, I'm a huge traditionalist, so getting to see, I think the ones that I really want to go see when I have time is like the Mickey Mantle and those type of guys. It's just, such a joy to be in that class.
I've never been.
Well,
that needs to change.
It's an unbelievable experience. I said I wasn't going to go until I got in, and I was cutting that pretty close. So I've been there once. We've been there once, and I recommend it for everybody. The history, the museums, just the memorabilia is just breathtaking.
No, Billy, I'm going to apply that rule to myself. I'm not going to go till I get in. So our next fan is already ready to go. Let's go ahead and bring him on. And what is your name and what question do you have? Oh, he's walking to class. Can you hear me? Oh, get your AirPods in.
That is so awesome. I was so worried it was going to be one of my Miller's kids.
Wait, can you hear us? Robert.
That's so funny.
We'll check back with him in a minute. This often happens, though, but what's really cool is that some teachers will give their entire class permission to stop the class down and get a question in.
Wow, I would be impressed if I got a question from one of my kids from Miller. That would be very impressive.
Yeah, but they're not allowed. Would you be impressed or disappointed that somebody let them stop down at school?
Well, at this point of how long, I would be impressed. I would. Yeah. I would be impressed.
All right, we're going to try Robert again.
I know, fine.
He really is in class. Robert, hi, how are you?
He just got caught. He got caught. Oh, that's awesome.
Did you ever get in trouble in school?
All the time.
What was the number one offense?
Talking.
Talking in class?
Yeah, that's never been a problem for me. That's why it took me 10 years to get in the hall.
No, don't say that. Okay, so talking was your big one. Did you get detention?
Yeah, I was a lot of trouble. I was mouthy and fighting and I was not a very. You shouldn't even be airing this. There's no student should be like me. I push for just be good students. That's all I can say.
But your kids are angels, right?
I'm married up. I'm married up. That's why.
That's the secret. All the troublemakers just got to marry up. That makes sense. Our next fan is we're gonna try this again. Let's hope that they're not getting into trouble.
Oh.
Hey there, what is your name and what question do you have for Billy?
My name's Damon Bailey. I'm actually from Southwest Virginia, a Franklin County boy.
Yes, you are.
Love Ferrum.
Oh, awesome. Wow,
Love
thank
Ferrum.
you.
I followed you. Well, I followed you by accident to start with because some of your teammates I went to high school with.
Cool, that's awesome.
Anyway, my question is, this is more about, you've been coaching for a while now. I see that you have dedicated yourself to helping children and trying to get them to see their way and try to find their way. What kind of influence did Abe have on you when you came in as a young man?
Well, Abe Naff was my college coach, and Abe was a tremendous motivator. And he could get the best out of everybody. He knew how to push the buttons. He wasn't only a good developer, but he was a good person for developing that mentality of winning above yourself, being selfless. And so everybody that I played with at Ferrum was about each other. So we never thought about each other's stats. It was always about winning. And that was the separator for with Abe. And I mean, there wasn't much talk about individualism around Abe. It was about the team, and that's exactly how I try to push our guys at Miller, and actually as an volunteer assistant at Ferrum, that's exactly what we pushed there. So, not a lot has changed, but Abe definitely had a lasting impression on me.
Awesome. One, I want to tell you, I read an article here a couple of months ago about a young lady that goes to your school that plays first
Naomi.
baseball.
Yeah.
And I find it fascinating that you have helped her progress with her dream. According to the article, it looked like you pretty much let her know, hey, it's going to be on you. You got to earn your way.
Well, when you see Naomi Ryan play, there's not a whole lot I have to do to her. She's self-motivated, self-driven, and she is a beast. So, it's easy to coach those. The best coaching I can do is stay out of the way.
I don't want to keep bothering you with that because I love watching you play for years, man. The Astros, I'm a lifelong Astros fan, and and I was so happy when they drafted you out. It was amazing for me, and I can't imagine what it'd be like to be able to play beside Bagwell and Biggio and Moises Alou and all these great guys.
Well, exactly how you feel is how I felt when I stood out there with those guys. So exactly what you're thinking is exactly how I was feeling.
So just so you know, the next morning after your induction ceremony, we got us 2 tickets for Cooperstown. I've never been to the Hall of Fame.
Oh, you're gonna
I'm excited not only to see you get inducted, but also I want to go in there and be amongst the greats. I wasn't a very good player myself. I've coached since 1994, but I wasn't a very good player. But it's very humbling just to be around the all-time greats, the stories. I think probably Ted Williams is the one I want to probably. I've just admired that the man left and went and fought in World War II. And then came back and dominated when he came back.
Absolutely, absolutely.
That's a man. He's a man's man. But I really appreciate all the memories. I guess one little silly thing I want to ask you: Did you ever eat Boland's hot dogs?
Every time I go to Ferrum, and that will be Friday, January 31st, I will be eating Boland's hot dogs on my way to Ferrum baseball practice.
So I'm actually coming to the February 1st gala. So I'm really looking forward to seeing you. Thank you for your time. I really, like I say, it's been a fun ride for me. I love the game, and that's what there's one young man I've coached for several years that's a freshman there now, JJ Tyree. Mm-hmm. And I've coached him for a long time, and and I've tried to preach to him the main thing about baseball, to be great at it, is you got to love it.
Amen.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
Damon.
if you love it and you have great focus and great effort, then you really can't lose.
Absolutely.
Damon, he will see you in Cooperstown. That is so cool.
Much.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, I know exactly what you're thinking, and yes, I probably met him. I've probably met him at Ferrum. There's not that many, probably at Boland's hot dog stand.
Well, okay, I don't know. What's Boland's hot dog stand?
It is so it's ran by a lady named, I think, Lisa, and everybody stops by there. It's like $1 hot dog, or it used to be like 50 cents or something like that when we were in college. And so you could go there and you can get the greatest hot dogs with how many you want, with a slice of cheese and a PBR or whatever you want to drink. It's just a little roadside white building, and it's always packed.
What do you put on your hot dog? This is very controversial.
Oh, I listen. This will get controversial because I'm a Carolina dog kind of guy.
Okay.
So I've got chili, I've got ketchup, mustard, I've got onions and coleslaw.
Coleslaw.
Absolutely.
That's a twist. I like that. Okay, I'm going to try it. Okay, we have 2 more kids standing by who are also in school. Let's hope we don't get them in trouble.
Oh.
Hi there.
Yeah, I'm fine.
What's your name?
Rylan.
Rylan. Are you in the bathroom?
Yeah, that's how I got to get out of school. I got just a wall behind me, though. It's fine.
He's got a hall pass
All
to
right,
ask
let's
Hall
go.
of Famer
Oh,
Billy Wagner a
absolutely.
question.
Wow.
Rylan, what's your question?
So I'm a Phillies fan. I'm a big fan. I'm a pitcher, so I was wondering what pushed you to keep going every day.
That's a great question. Endurance is the main thing for any player, ups and downs. So winning was the main focus, to win. And so every time you go out there, losing's not an option. So you're going to lose, but it's the next day, and that's the greatest thing about baseball is coming back every single day, and you have a chance to improve or get better.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Rylan, get back to class.
Teacher's cool. He won't care. Thank you, Billy. Congrats on making it to the Hall of Fame.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
How cool is that?
That's so cool.
I think, we're going to end on that high note, but before we let you go, we have to do rapid fire.
Okay.
All right. I told you this is going to be the hardest part.
All right.
Do you hit snooze or wake up right when your alarm goes off?
I'll wake up.
What time?
7.
Okay. That's it. It's early,
My
but it's
wife's
not.
laughing right now. She's laughing right now. But it is.
It's not true.
It is 7. I do get up at 7.
Is it true?
For school, for kids.
But if there's no school, no work?
I try to sleep
It might
in.
be a little later, but we have dogs that get us up too.
Oh, wait, what kind of dogs do you have?
Poodles. Standard poodles.
Stop it. What are their names?
Bo and Roman.
So smart, right?
Well, they could be, I guess.
Oh, well. Okay. Enough said. We won't bash the dogs. What movie have you seen the most time?
Tombstone.
Great pick. Great pick. I'm from Arizona. Love Tombstone.
Well, Arizona, we played in Tucson, and that was one of our favorite places, and so we actually rode out there to see that. And so I've watched Young Guns a million times, and Tombstone probably 2 million times, and I'm a Western guy at heart.
Doc Holliday, your favorite character in the movie?
Yes.
Doc.
Well, I love that,
Or is it Wyatt Earp?
Well, in 2010, when I was retiring, Peter Moreland set up the video for me to come out. And when it comes out, it's, it's Russell with the shotgun saying, "You called down the thunder? Well, now you got him, and hell's coming with me." And he set that script up, and that's how I came out onto the field. And so he found out that I was a huge fan, and that's how he actually worked with the Braves to set that up. And so that's always been my thing. I think it's the greatest thing.
Great. They're going to do it right before your Hall of Fame speech.
No, I hope so.
Okay, I will put that out into the ether right there. Which TV, movie, or book character do you have the most beef with? Who do you hate the most out of a TV, book, movie character, anyone?
Oh my gosh.
It's tough.
I can't even think about that. I mean, we watch a lot of shows. We watch a lot of Landman, a lot of Yellowstone.
Did you watch the last episode?
Oh my gosh. I mean.
So good, right?
It really is.
You love it too? It's so good. Landman is so good.
Taylor Sheridan is just one of the best. I've never been so involved and laughed so hard at the little zingers. I absolutely
With Billy Bob Thornton.
Oh,
I know. He
best.
should have gotten that Golden Globe. All right, but I mean, there's really there's not really an evil person in that. Really, I guess it would be the cartel.
I guess the cartel the cartel would definitely be the best. I just don't know if being a father, I guess it's the Bible studies that the girl has. That guy, he's the evil guy.
But I'm sorry, as a girl, that actor's very cute. That actor's very handsome. So we're gonna Yellowstone. They're all kind of they're all kind of the bad guys. So
No
it's
such thing.
that's
There's
tough.
no bad such thing. Beth Dutton is my favorite person on that.
Yep.
I love Beth Dutton. I love Rip. I love it. We're just going to take care of business. I love it. It's all about it.
Okay, we could talk about this all day. We got to keep it moving. You've got things to do. What was your dream job when you were little?
Well, I don't really know. I think I thought I was going to be in the military, but this whole baseball thing took over, and so I played baseball all the time. I wanted to be Dale Murphy all the time. So, I would guess I'd say it's a sport, baseball, football.
Okay. Well, what's a non-baseball skill you've always wanted to learn?
Oh my gosh, music.
Guitar?
I am so good at air guitar. I am so good at air guitar and the drums and the piano. I'm really good. The keyboard, I've really got down, but I can't do any of it. My wife has a piano, and I put my hands on there thinking that something's going to happen, and it doesn't.
Wait, so when you air guitar, are you left-handed or right?
Right.
Okay. All right. Like
She's
this?
bought me guitars and electric guitars, and it starts out well, and it just sits there.
You're going to be a little bit too busy to pick that up anytime soon. I'm sorry. Would you rather give your favorite drink or your favorite food?
Drink.
Okay. What's your favorite food? Bolin's hot dogs.
Well, that is one of them, but I can't eat that. I'm too old. I can't eat that
Okay.
all the time anymore. So my favorite food would probably be, gosh, I feel like I'm on the spot. My wife's staring at me, and I'm like trying to figure out.
What is it? What is it?
But I'm a beans and cornbread type of guy.
Okay. All right. That's fair. And your favorite drink?
Really, it's Mountain Dew, but I stopped drinking Mountain Dew, so
Okay.
I drink Celsius.
Okay. What's your go-to dessert?
Brownie. She makes brownies every day.
Fresh brownies every day?
Yeah, they get about 3 days, but most times it's brownies every day.
Yeah, you really did marry up, Billy. What's the weirdest thing you've ever eaten?
Weirdest thing have I ever eaten? Well, I have eaten, probably some sushi, some type of sushi.
So
I
like
like
a
sushi.
raw
I do,
fish?
yeah, raw fish.
But some exotic type of raw fish that
It's
was
still
on there.
living.
Cool.
It's still,
How'd it taste?
I don't know. I just swallowed.
Yeah. What's your least favorite chore in the chore you don't mind doing? You've got a 200-acre farm?
I do.
That's a lot of chores.
The least I like doing is letting the chickens out because I have to change my shoes. That's how, and she tells me before I leave and when I come back to change my shoes or wipe my shoes. And so I don't like going to do it. And so I'm like, gosh, I just want to leave my shoes on because I'm always having to go do something else. But the thing that I like to do, I don't know. I like cleaning the cars.
Washing the cars?
Yeah, I'm big on my truck. I like cleaning my truck.
Okay. Last question. Would you rather have the hiccups for 20 minutes every day or stub your pinky toe every day?
Oh, hiccups for 20 minutes. I mean, we've already done the whole stub your foot. So we already do that. I'd rather not do that anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would go with the hiccups.
Okay. That's totally valid. Well, thanks so much for coming on, Billy. Congratulations again. I know you've heard it 975 times, actually probably more, probably like 2,979 times over the past couple days. Congratulations. It's been such a pleasure to have you on, and best of luck over these next couple months. You got so many texts to get back to, and you're going through the car wash today, which means this is just your first interview. Thank you again.
Thank you.
And that is going to do it for another episode of Chatting Practice powered by Zoom Events. I'm Sierra Santos. We'll see you next time.